The Steam Next Fest for October 2024 has officially wrapped. This season's event continued Valve's long-standing tradition of offering a first look at the exciting new titles that are on the horizon for PC gaming. Held twice a year, Steam Next Fest is a massive celebration that gives players a chance to try out free, time-limited demos of soon-to-release games. It's a unique opportunity for both established and indie developers to showcase their projects, gather player feedback, and build excitement for their official releases. The event also draws attention from gaming enthusiasts eager to discover new games, explore fresh gameplay mechanics, and support indie developers. And with quite literally hundreds of demos made available for these upcoming titles, there were a handful of games that regularly kept popping up on Steam's trending charts throughout the event. So let's dive into which games sat at the top. Keep Driving is an atmospheric management RPG set in the early 2000s, where you embark on a cross-country road trip choosing the path that you think is best. Developed by the indie studio YCJY, Keep Driving draws inspiration from games like Oregon Trail and Faster Than Light, as well as from cinematic films like Two Lane Blacktop and Paris, Texas, blending adventure, exploration, and a touch of nostalgia into an unforgettable experience. The game features a distinctive turn-based combat system with slight deck builder elements in the ways that you'll collect items to remove threats and progress on your travels. Whether you're stuck behind a slow tractor or dealing with unexpected roadblocks, you'll need to use available skills and items from your car's glove box in order to keep things rolling smoothly. As your journey unfolds, you'll explore a procedurally generated map filled with highways, dirt tracks, and quiet country roads. Along the way, you'll encounter a variety of hitchhikers, each with their own unique stories, personalities, and opportunities. With multiple endings to unlock based on the choices you make, each journey offers a fresh experience that's slated to take about 1 to 4 hours to complete. You'll also collect songs to create a mix CD of local Swedish indie bands, keeping yourself in the rich atmosphere of the game. Keep Driving doesn't have an official release date yet, but if you want to learn more about the game, you can follow the developer's social channels with the links provided in this video's description. POPUCOM takes classic Match 3 puzzle shooting and brings it into a vibrant 3D platforming adventure that has you teaming up with a friend to engage in dynamic challenges that will test your teamwork and strategy. The game features an array of playful mechanics to help tackle platform puzzles and combat situations. Swapping out your color will allow you to take on enemies, navigate the environment, and activate mechanisms, while super artifact items offer unique abilities and help unlock new areas. You'll need to work together in either online or split-screen co-op in order to overcome the challenges and progress fully through everything the game has in store. Levels are filled with hidden secrets and collectibles, so you'll likely be revisiting them in order to find all the goodies scattered throughout. Additionally, you'll be able to customize your character in order to truly make them your own and show off your sense of style in this bright and colorful world. POPUCOM is a fresh new idea from Chinese developer Hypergriff, who is most known for its free-to-play tactical RPG tower defense game, Arknights. The developer has announced the game for PC and Sony consoles, but doesn't currently have a release date listed. Stay tuned to our channel to find out more about this title as it reaches its launch. Sand is a vast open-world PvPvE experience set on the desolate desert planet of Sophie, where players embark on an epic voyage to uncover resources, treasures, and confront both mystical anomalies and other players. In this harsh, unforgiving landscape, players are empowered to build and customize gigantic walking mechs known as tramplers, which serve as both a mean of exploration and a mobile base for survival. Its cooperative play is reminiscent of popular titles like Sea of Thieves and Rust, and will have teams of players working together or battling it out in sci-fi dieselpunk environments in order to secure resources and hidden riches. The Next Fest demo only focused on the PvP elements of the game, and Ukrainian-based developers Hologryph and Towerhouse stated that their goals were to test the server load and receive feedback on some of the core gameplay mechanics and features. A number of players on the Steam discussion page mentioned experiencing long load times, down servers, and performance and optimization issues. And to be fair, this was expected to some degree, so hopefully there's still plenty of time to work out some of those kinks before their next drop. There is no current release date set for the game, but we can imagine that the team now has a wealth of knowledge and feedback to process and work on, and we'll be keeping tabs on this one as it gets closer to its 1.0 release. Next up, the Delta Force franchise is back with its newest game in a quarter century. Granted, it's shifted hands since the Novalogic and THQ days. The license was picked up a few years back by Tencent and given over to their Team Jade, who are known for their work on the mostly well-received mobile version of Call of Duty. This game will have you bouncing back and forth between two different time periods. Both settings will have a variety of single and multiplayer modes, but notably for fans of the original series, this game is going to include a revisit of the classic Black Hawk Down campaign. It looks to include an extraction mode, lots of customizations on your class kit, and all the other bells and whistles you'd expect from a modern shooter. All of this powered by the latest Unreal Engine tech, so it's looking pretty good so far. And those destructible environments are likely a welcome sight for any Battlefield fans. The current sentiment have players mentioning some issues with the anti-cheat and its effectiveness, and an overall lack of chat moderation, allowing for some pretty toxic experiences. These kinds of things can make or break an otherwise good game, so hopefully these aspects are managed a bit more before launch. Steam doesn't have a current release date, but we can expect to see more out of its early access period, so hop over and check this out if you're interested. From the makers of the widely acclaimed action roguelike Dead Cells comes a game by the name of Windblown, a new roguelike that introduces cooperative multiplayer for up to 3 players. The game will have you dashing and zipping around through colorful levels as you slash through enemies, and of course when the inevitable dying occurs, you'll restart your run and give it all another go. The gameplay will make use of all the various weapons and trinkets you'll come across to keep you engaged in its fast-paced action, using advanced techniques and combos to get the most out of your build. And with multiplayer at the forefront, you'll be combining your abilities and upgrades to strategize how to best take on the challenges and keep yourselves progressing. With the pedigree of quality and expert design from developer Motion Twin, we could expect some pretty decent potential from this new IP. Windblown is planning to launch into early access on October 24th, so go give it a look if this all sounds like something you'd be ready to jump into today. At the height of this year's spooky season, one of the more chilling games to make the top of the trending list is the kaiju-filled, open-world survival horror game Project Mist. This is the latest game from developer Chicken Launcher, who's pushing out something a bit different from the vibes of their previous titles, which include settings that were a bit more cute, cozy, and relaxing. Instead, Project Mist aims to keep you on the edge of your seat as you encounter larger-than-life creatures, build and defend your base of operations, explore the eerie environment of a mysterious land, and do your best to survive all that's looking to have you meet your end. Some of the chatter on the game's Steam discussion forums are focused on whether or not it lives up to its overall pitch and potential, with some users feeling that the game is still needing a lot of work. The game is currently announced to release in May, so Chicken Launcher has some time to work on the rougher edges of its experience and polish it up between now and then. Luma Island looks to provide a blend of everything fans have loved about the life sim genre this past decade, from titles like Minecraft and Stardew Valley. Following in those footsteps, players can find a wide array of actions to engage with here, including farming, resource harvesting, fishing, crafting, and even dungeon exploration. So all the typical gameplay that one might expect can be found here, with the added bonus of having online co-op for up to 4 players. And with players getting to select from 7 different professions, having some friends close by who are focused on different aspects of the game could be beneficial to keep players interacting with the types of gameplay activities that they really enjoy the most. The overall feedback on the demo during Next Fest has been pretty positive so far. Players love these sort of games and just can't seem to get enough, which is good for them because developer Feel Free Games is set to drop their debut self-published title on November 20th. If wholesome and snuggly isn't your cup of tea, and you're wanting something a bit more harsh and brutal, then Permafrost could be more up your alley. Developers Space Rocket Games are bringing a chilling survival adventure that has you looking to survive the cold after the world's moon shatters and leaves the environment trapped in a perpetual winter. Much like other survival games, you'll hunt, craft, cultivate land, and manage your health and resources in order to make it through the deadly open-world landscape. And exploring drastic cold zones will offer high-risk, high-reward areas that test your skill and provide opportunities for rare loot. Combat will have you using primitive and crafted weapons in order to take out hostile factions or predators that would have you be their dinner. The game also touts a decision-making system where you'll need to decide on your alliances and choose to team up with those looking to seize power or just power through on your own. Permafrost is slated to release sometime in 2025. If this seems like your cup of frozen tea, then check out our link to the game's page in the description below. AI Limit from Sense Games is a Souls-like set in a post-apocalyptic science fiction wasteland where the artificial ecosystem collapses, leaving almost all of civilization completely wiped from the fallout. Players will pick up the sword as Orisa, an immortal blader, who embarks on a journey to uncover the truths of this world and repair and restore the last remaining human city of Havenswell. The game touts a wider range of weapons, skills, attacks, and spells to create a nice variety of playstyles and options to take out the game's deadly enemies and colossal bosses. You'll need to utilize successions of attacks and avoid getting hit in order to maximize the game's combat system and increase your damage output. Mastery of these systems will have you stunning your enemies or using powerful special attacks to make easy work of otherwise overwhelming foes. While the game doesn't have an exact release date yet, it's currently positioned to release this year, so we'll keep you posted on any big announcements as the game gets closer to its launch. And lastly, we have the Precinct, a neon noir sandbox that has you taking up the role of a rookie beat cop hitting the streets in the early 80s. With its narrative-driven gameplay, you'll respond to calls, interrogate suspects, and thwart crime throughout the city. And when rubber needs to hit the road, you'll engage in vehicle chases to hunt the criminals down. But you'll have support from your fellow officers in a unique feature allowing backup to block pathways or slow the fugitives down. This game had a strong sitting at the top of the trending charts, with player reception sitting just as high. While a handful of players found the demo to be too short or cited issues with the controls or camera at times, most expressed an enjoyment of the demo and that the game really seems promising based on what they played. The game sat at the very top of charts through most of the week, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye on as it's listed to launch in Q4 of this year. And that wraps our look at some of the most trending games during the October Next Fest. Why did these games make it to the top? The trend likely has a bit of bias to multiplayer games, since players are more apt to share with their friends, which increases the overall time played and the number of concurrent players. But it seems like all the typical genres are still showing pretty strong. Survival games, Souls-likes, roguelikes, extraction shooters, and a game that reminds players that Grand Theft Auto 6 is right around the corner, all present here and found at the top of the charts. But did you play something that stuck out to you? Anything you feel got a tad overlooked and needs more hype? Shout it out in the comments section so we can all take a peek. Thanks for checking out the video, and toss us a like to make a creator happy. Since we're a new channel, we love your feedback and hope you'll subscribe to enjoy more videos like this in the future. Till then, good luck and have fun.